Okay, chat, here's what's happening. I am a bad kid, and I owe people for some April deck docs. And so before we get to the May deck docs, even though today at time of recording is technically May 1st, I owe 3 deck docs. And we're going to start with Pluto. Pluto says, if I'm not able to make it on stream, the pitch is basically poke and poke until I can build enough to really go in on one turn. With big freaking explosion, be able to do a ton of damage. I need help with the not dying to characters that just pump stats without having to spend my momentum for things like wound restore if I don't have to. Need better defense basically, and I don't want to have to play Life Jester to do so. This is acceptable. This is totally chill. So what I'm going to do is just look specific. I'm not going to care about your attack cards at all, Pluto. I'm just going to look at the foundations and see what I can do to make your defenses better. Let's just look and see what our defense looks like. And so, let's jam. I'm going to assume that you have 4x copies of every card in the game because you're not here. So I'm gonna rock some stuff. So the big thing that I'm noticing here is if you want to survive in the current format, the number one thing that you need is Incredible Display. You are a character that steals momentum every turn. You should be playing 4 of this card. You should just be playing 4 of it. Easy peasy. There's a lot of interesting choices on what is happening here. Vast Hybrid gets to be a 1-of. A lot of interesting choices. And I think one of the number one things that you're missing foundation-wise is we need that foundation spell card, Trickster's Blessing, to exist in our deck. Trickster's Blessing has to exist. Let me go look at Chaos Actions and Assets in Standard. Cape of No Return is a very good one. Gold Tips Imperial is pretty good. Just as like a 1-of. Battle for the Future, I think, is one of the cards that is really good in Jester that I'm going to be trying out in Life Jester. I know you said you don't want to play Life Jester, but I want to try out in Life Jester. There's these. Let's go look at some foundations that are neat. Button Collector is very strong in the Chaos deck. Just to play 1 of it, spend a momentum for my rival to seal 2 of my rival's foundations is very strong. This is a very good ability. Best Detective. Best Detectives is a weird choice for your deck. We will get there. Trickster's Blessing, we're going to be playing for sure. Fearsome Transformation. Childlike Appearance is very good. Hungry for Fame is very good. It says you can go pick up these spell cards like Armor of the Phoenix and Wave. Maybe not. Maybe not. We don't quite have good enough cards for that. No Restraint. Steel Muscle Explosion. Hiding in Plain Sight. Protecting Yukina is very good in a Jester deck. Fast Friendship is very good in every deck. Death Maneuvers. Death Maneuvers. We're so in. Team Player, Rescue Specialist. No. Incredible Play. We're just slamming 4 of it in their deck. It's so good. Nice Try makes sense to me. Levitate, I think, is a pretty good one. Nejra makes sense. Ryukyu makes sense. Vast Hybrid, I think, is a little weird. Broken Psyche. You steal momentum for free. There's no reason for you not to play this one. Master's Pride is a very good 0 diff for us to play. And it's got a really sick Deadlock response on it. The Deadlock response is very, very solid. Carpool to Work is interesting, although a little tough to pull off. Decoy Duplicate should exist somewhere in your Chaos list. Basic Training makes sense. Cool and Tough is one of the coolest cards that you can play. This card is so strong under Chaos right now. It's so good. Cool and Tough combined with Incredible Display is one of the easiest ways to look at younger Toguro and say that they will never touch you ever again. They actually Cool and Tough plus Incredible Display in a deck says that you checkmate younger Toguro. You just do. They can't beat you. Struggling with Studies, Confused. Award the Victor is kind of neat. Block with a charger stun attack. Added to momentum. This is something. I think that's it. I think that's it. Again, I'm not gonna touch your attacks, right? Because you're just looking for defense. And so let's talk about it. I think cards like Unbreakable Cheer are not very good. A 2/4 that adds the top card of your deck, it's not very good. I would much rather have things like Childlike Appearance in this slot that actually keeps you alive. Discard the momentum and then put the speed to 4 if you block it. Selectively commit a Rival Foundation. That's very good. So I'm just going to swap this out 1 for 1. I'm just going to swap it out 1 for 1. Get the Scoop. There is no way that Get the Scoop is better than having the 4th copy of Struggling Studies and having 2 more copies of Chivalrous Competitor. It just can't be. That just can't be the case. So I'm going to put these at the 4 of because they deserve to be better than what the Get the Scoop does. The Best Detectives. Flip, mill 3 cards. If you mill the spell card this way, draw a card. This can't be better than what Fearsome Transformation is doing. 4 Fearsome Transformation for Chivalrous is all you should need when it comes to grabbing stuff. Nergia Wave is a secret tech on this symbol and character. That does sound very cool. I think that we have to play 4 copies of Trickster's Blessing. Trickster's Blessing is a spell card that we can go pick up with our character. And it's a foundation that I'm down to block with and down to play. And after this card is committed during an attack, i.e. using Jester, you get to go stack the bottom of your deck with a 5 check. It's incredible. My goal here is to put this back down to the 65, 66 that you had it. And right now, we're a little high on all of our block zones. Let's look at the difficulties next. We only have these ones as 0 diffs. So I actually want to toss in 2 copies of Master's Pride, because I think that this card is a very good piece to play with Jester, because you can commit it, steal momentum, and then re-ready it back. It's very strong. Stronghold Studies makes sense. Successful Results makes sense. This is good. This is good. This is good. This makes sense. I'm gonna drop Nice Try down to a 3 of, because I want to include. I actually think that I'm also going to drop down Successful Results. I get that this card is good. I think that this one is just better. And I'm going to play 3 of this. Let's look back at our difficulties. 3 of this because I cut a Nice Try and I cut 2 blocks. Riku's Training Agency is going to leave. Goodbye. We do not need you. I'm going to take Childlike Appearance and drop it down to a 2 of because we have more speed reduction now. I'm going to cut Playing Pranks altogether. This card's gone. Boop. I'm going to cut Vast Hybrid altogether. This card's gone. Boop. I'm going to put in 1 Cool and Tough, because that card's very good. And then I'm going to put in Triple Broken Psyche, because I think this card just does a better job at protecting you than the other cards did. Still 71 cards. I have to make cuts. And I haven't even put in the Cape of No Return. Yikes. 72 cards? All right, I have to start making some hard cuts. The hard cuts are 1 Knots Flask. I don't actually think you need this card at all in your deck. I think this card, yeah, I actually just don't think we need this card at all. I get that milling the bonus cards is very good. You're going to find your big freaking explosion somehow. I promise. I promise you will. What gets to leave here? I mean, the answer is like 1 Childlike Appearance. Man, the issue is that we've got these Wound Restores, right? Maybe we don't care about Deadlock and we just get rid of our Lock Breakers. Difficulty, what's this at now? 67? I think we're allowed to live with 67, although I don't like how many low blocks we have. Let's look at our low blocks. Struggling, Broken Psyche. Maybe you drop down to a 2 of, and we put you down to a 3 of, and we see what that does. 65, 21, 23, 21. This looks like a deck to me. Without looking at the attack lineup at all, I think that this Foundation lineup looks way slicker. If you don't like Trickster's Blessing at the 4 of, I could see you possibly cutting it down to a 3 of, but I think 3 is the minimum you're allowed to go. The fact that this is just a bonus spell that we are allowed to go pick up and then block with Incredible Display is very, very, very good. Again, Incredible Display plus Cool and Tough in Deadlock is just game over. They just lose the game. You get to, like, one of the best defensive combos you can do out of the Chaos Symbol is have 1 Cool and Tough ready, an Incredible Display ready, and a Nice Try ready. I will give your move -2 speed. I will block with my move. I will commit my Incredible Display. On your next attack, cool and tough, ready your face down foundation, ready my nice try, ready my incredible display, -2 speed, block, lift, and then ready them back. You just get to block every attack with a foundation in your hand. It's actually just checkmate. It's a very, very cool tactic that you only get to do on the chaos symbol. But with that, I mean, if you wanted the Jester deck to be more defensive, you should play it as such. I dig it. With that said, Pluto, thank you much for the support over on Patreon. So I missed you in April proper, and I'm going to do everything I can to be better about that in the future. With that, thank you much for watching, guys. See you next time.